Yes.
Doesn't matter what character it is, doesn't matter what tournament it is, doesn't matter what situation it is, and it's good for a W every now and then. Just like this man Plup here, doesn't matter what game it is. Is this Melee? Nah, he's got his young Link out here in Ultimate. Or excuse me, no.
Now, Plup's on Greninja.
No, we got that, excuse me, with the mix-up there. We've got Plup's Greninja against Ntarps on that young Link.
I was hoping we would see Plup's young Link. That would be hype. I would love to see that. I like seeing young Link come out, because I think he was a character that a lot of people sort of gave a little bit too much shine early on. They're like, oh my god, top 10, top 5, whatever. But as the game kind of developed, they're like, all right, he has issues getting kills. His recovery's pretty linear. I think a lot of people sort of figured out how to deal with him. But I do like seeing him succeed all the same.
Oh, that character's got some broken nonsense. I mean, have you ever been hit with back air into back air into back air into up B? I don't like that. Have you ever been hit with arrow into arrow into arrow into up B? I don't like that either.
All roads lead to up B.
Exactly.
So Ntarps kind of struggling right now against the Greninja. Plup just kind of dancing around him. Good power shield there.
And you talked about in the last match here with Plup that Plup, as Greninja, is a very slippery character, and he's doing a great job there going off stage here. We're seeing that slipperiness really pay dividends here as he's moving around these projectiles without throwing out any like aggressive options that'll get him snuffed out.
Yeah, this character is Space Invaders. Like, you don't hit where he is, you hit where he's going to be. It's really tough sometimes because he's so fast. Oh, Ntarps getting stuck under the stage, shaking his head, not looking happy about that.
That's so unfortunate for him. Just a millimeter or two away from getting that edge, but unfortunately gets a little bit pineapple here on Smashville. All right, first hit of back air into that forward tilt. Not quite going to finish the stock up. What's the edge trap? Nothing. Plup comes down aggressively with that fastball neutral air.
I like the reverse on the up B.
How long does that last?
Yeah, way too long. Entirely too long. Good back air there. 127% gets him with the boomerang. Puts Plup in a bad position, but he's going to be able to make it back. Up B is going to lead into nothing.
Frame traps.
Yeah, frame traps. There we go. Getting the up air. But again, even at, what, 150 something before the hit, still not enough to KO.
Great fastball there just to avoid anything that Plup was trying to toss out here. 173. You talked about this character having some killing problems, but we see it here. But another maybe 10-15% strong hit in air, like from center stage, should do it.
Yeah.
At edge, it'll do it now if you can get that snuff out.
192. This is just, what do you do to get the kill at this point?
I mean, this is when I would just start making love to that C-stick. Just
have
whatever
to.
will happen, will happen.
Just triple air dodge on the forward airs. Not getting the kill, but not getting anything off there.
The water
yeah.
setting up for that forward air, and that's a 3 stock as Ntarps just could not take that last hit that he needed to finish Plup's first stock.
There is like, it's funny because there's like a class of character that does that. It's like Inkling, Young Link, Fox, even Greninja sometimes, of like racks up damage crazy fast. But the punctuation on that character is always, okay, but what's the kill setup?
Mario.
Yeah,
that's the story of Mario.
One. Even Doc a little bit, but Doc doesn't have to swing as hard.
Oh, Doc can just up B out of shield
exactly.
until you hit it like 80.
Yeah, Mario's another one, but it's like, okay, you can get the damage, what's your setup? And some characters don't finish the homework, and they're like, they show up, they're like, well, I don't have a setup. Okay, well, then you're not great. and I think Young Link is one of them. That's why I think Inkling is one of them. Greninja has that setup. Fox has that setup, and that's what makes them so good. Ntarps going to switch over to Chrom for this next one.
This is the exact opposite. This is like, oh, I couldn't kill. Let me take a character that literally everything blows you up at 6%.
Yep.
But the problem with this character is that up B, you cannot go aggressive with it against Greninja because that Greninja's water on Hydro Pump, on his up B, will blast you away. So if Ntarps is ever put in a spot where he has to aggressively up B past ledge, he may just explode.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good space out on that forward smash, but he can't go off stage to chase Plup. He needs to be careful, especially with that water gun. Has to just control the ledge. Anytime he's off stage, he's on notice. He's going to have to air dodge him, which means that he can't air dodge again. Yeah, it just puts you in a really bad spot.
Yeah, just rinse and repeat time and time again. Plup had so many different options that he could have thrown out for that edge guard once he snuffed out that double jump that there's just no reliable way for Ntarps to get back.
Like the up B out of shield. But yeah, so the reason that Chrom isn't totally awful, oh my god, excellent
is because
smash.
he can do that.
That happens. That does happen. It's because he has such aerial drift that he doesn't always have to rely on the up B, but he does have to air dodge right away, which means that he's very easy to hit after. And Plup, always a masterful edge guarder, obviously coming from melee. So he's always ready for it, but Ntarps doing a good job keeping this more even this game, and it's all thanks to that forward smash in the last stock.
Yeah, Plup ain't going to be living to 200% here if Ntarps has anything to say about it. Ooh, great job calling out the air dodge on platform, but a little bit too slow. A lot of people are really used to like the long, lingering lag that you get when you directional air dodge back to stage, but if you neutral air dodge, there's almost nothing there. So you have to be on point with your punishes when they neutral air dodge onto those platforms.
Oh, wow. I think that was a misinput. Unless he thought Plup was going to roll behind him, which may have been the play. Either way, does not convert there. 115. Plup trying to find a way to take off the stock. Both these guys just jumping, trying to hit their aerials again. Forward tilting in the opposite direction.
Just trying to read that tech roll in. I think you were right on that. All right, forward air, force Plup all the way across stage, and then running in and get that forward tilt, and that'll take it. Ntarps with his first lead of the set.
Gets the back air off, chasing him all the way off. Has to be careful, though, if you do get clipped by that Crom up B.
Yeah, if Ntarps was a man, he would have just held down.
Yeah,
just not gone to the edge. Just listen, we shall go together, friends.
Might have done it. Ah!
But yeah, you have to be absolutely on point with that up B, otherwise you're going to get blasted by Greninja's up B. That's just so unfortunate there for this matchup. It's
not a total death sentence, because you can sweet spot it, but obviously Ntarps just not quite there. But he does have a 63% lead on Plup, 74. Oh, no. Okay, okay.
I really thought he was just going to get up B and die right there.
84. Good weight. Notice he's going to tech in place. 25. Does not get the drag down. Takes the free damage.
Up air and the back air as basically, oh no, you're going to take the forward tilt? You're dead. Game 2 going to Ntarps. Great adjustment. I think this character counter pick definitely coming in clutch.
Looking much stronger there. Young Link was not ready for it, as we saw before. Got 3 stock game 1. And to go from getting 3 stock to be able to take a game is super big deal. So awesome stuff there. Have to see how he can convert into this next game. Because now Plup has the advantage of not just the stage counter pick, but also character. Does play a couple of different characters. Not sure if he's going to exactly pick Ridley into Crom, but...
Please, I do want to see the Ridley. His Ridley is so good. Like, this is another one of those new characters that people didn't really pick up that much because he's a big character. He's heavy. He's too big for Smash. He gets comboed to heck. And then you just see him, like, actually free people up at, like, 60% with that forward smash. But no, sticking with that Greninja, basically Plup saying, hey, it wasn't anything that I can't correct, and I love that. That's like the pro player mentality. You don't need to rely on your secondaries. You don't need to get the best matchup possible. You need to play better.
We're on Battlefield for this game. Bit of a smaller stage in terms of on-stage. Obviously, bigger blast zones, which I think are going to help out Plup because he's going to be able to survive longer. And if he's getting the kills, it's because Ntarps isn't able to make it back. So he's not so worried about the blast zones because he can get stuff like that. Plup coming out strong in this game 3.
Yeah, that's making a statement saying that, listen, this might have been a bit of a problem that I needed to correct, but you know that I've got that read now. Ntarps trying to get those falling up airs, but can't quite get anything. The uppy out of shield, though, that'll knock Plup up, but he can't really make anything out of it, as Ntarps has to, like, reset and just take center stage.
Yeah, but it does so much damage
that
it's worth just taking. And also the fact that it's not totally safe, but you can do it to the top platform, which is really nice.
All right, Ntarps kind of like drew a blank right there as he dashed in onto Plup's shield, but Plup just sat there and then eventually jumped over it when he realized that Ntarps wasn't throwing out a hitbox. And we're seeing that trademark slipperiness that you'd mentioned before, as now all of a sudden Plup is doing a very good job of calling out Ntarps' aggressive options with things like spot dodges or jumpaways.
And another forward tilt in. I don't know if I don't know. I feel like there's got to be some level of adjustment, or maybe it's a misinput, maybe a tilt stick thing, because that is a very common thing that Croms do. Kind of interested. Good forward air there, has Plup off stage. Can't go too far off himself, though.
Only 70% too, so I think if Ntarps gets this stock, which he does, he basically, like, he was in this position before where he was down a little bit on his second stock. As long as he can get back to stage, which is a bit of a challenge all of a sudden.
This is hard, yeah, he has the air dodge, he can't make it.
As long as he can get back to stage, immediately doesn't make it back to stage.
Yeah.
Commentator's curse.
So tough. Ntarps doing what he can here. He's got a whole stock deficit though, and like being down a stock on game 3 is just so demoralizing. The shuriken almost coming out. I think that would have done it. He's able to clip him with the up B.
I think what we're seeing here is Plup has changed his playstyle to be a little bit more reactive. He's basically playing in shield as long as Ntarps isn't dashing in on him.
Yes.
If you're playing out of, he plays out of shield as soon as Ntarps tries to like get the dash in or he'll do a spot dodge. But as soon as Ntarps trying to land with these up airs or something like that, he's just saying, listen, I'll hit here, you hit my bubble, and then I'll take the getaway option.
There's a back air there. Trying to find his way in.
And it's weird, Ntarps really isn't playing that aggressively.
No, I think Plup is totally taking tempo of the match.
Yeah.
Like, he's just holding center. His back is always to the ledge. Like, it's looking very tough right now. Nice, good jab into forward air. Might be setting up for a jab into back air in the future. 94%, that is prime KO percent for Chrom. If he can take the stock soon, he's still in this. He just can't have Greninja living to 200% before.
Agreed.
Nice.
There you go. Jab into the attack cancel back air. That'll do it. 89%. Again, not outside the realm of possibility. Just don't get edge guarded right now.
And he's got to watch the forward smash now at 100. Oh, and the down tilt. Yeah, there we go. Forward air will do it at 120. Plup winning that game, but Ntarps putting on quite a show, especially in the second game, looking very strong. But in the end, Plup pulls it out. He's going to win that set.
Frame traps into frame traps into frame traps. Plup really basically said, I don't care what option you're going to choose, I will cover it with a hitbox.